go get some. Little fella. He's right size for eating. There we go. Better. It's a little better. Put that out there. Good deal. It's a little bigger. Doesn't get on. Good deal. Okay, that's my 7. Good deal. I'm done with this today. Got my 7 and I'm going home. Here I am, thinking I wasn't going to have a good day, and I actually caught my limit there of nice eating trout. And yes, I'm hungry. I'm going to take those home and eat them and have a rest of a good day. Okay folks, here I am. Had a good day. I didn't really think that I was going to catch a lot of fish today at noon for trout. Went up there, had to wait about an hour, and then I started catching them, and I got my whole creel of 7, which is what you're allowed to get up here. And let's take a look at them. These, a lot of people ask me, what's the best size to eat? Well, anything that you can bring home I think is good, but these are 12 inches. Now, legally, you can keep anything between 7 and 12 in this particular place, and I like them to be 12. I don't like to keep anything much smaller than that. And of course, if you get anything up to 14, you'll have to throw it back in. You can keep one over 20, but those are all roughly 12 inch in size, which is really cool. Now, how I kind of keep up with that is on my rod here. You can kind of see, maybe if I can do this right and not knock something over, is I have these little bands on here. Like there's a little band right there. I know that's 14 inch because when I'm out in the water, I'm not going to take a measuring tape. This one over here is 20. From the tip of the end of the rod to here is 20. And anything over 20 you can keep one of. So that's how I do it. So let me show you how I clean them. Here's how I clean a trout. Take the trout, of course you might have a board and be safe, keep the knife away from you, of course. I always start down here at the, you might say, the rear end, and cut down in the middle with a small knife, kind of like this, just right down just the bottom of the skin area. And then I come back up here. Now some people keep the heads. I'm actually going to use the heads for catfish bait, so I'm going to keep the heads, but you can leave the head on and you just pull the guts out if you're going to do that. If not, come up here right behind the gills. Make sure not to cut yourself. If you have a board, which I'd normally use would be better, but for purposes today, I'm just using the sink. Once I get it to that point, I just pull the rest of the head off, and the fins come with it, and all of the guts you can see here come out with it. I've already cleaned a bunch over here, you can see. And then once I get that done, then I wash them off with cold water. Now I always use cold water because these fish will deteriorate if you use warm water. This is something that I've always found out about these fish, but you can look, there's a vein in there. It's best to take your finger. You can take a knife and do it, but really I think it's more efficient to do this right here. Just kind of wash that off. Clean the vein out. Clean the rest of the guts off the fish. Get it as clean as you can there. With cold water. And there you go. That's a nice, good 12-inch trout. Clean the insides. It's even got a pinkish color to it, which I like that. Some are white. I like the pinker ones. And there you go. We'll eat some tonight. Good deal. Show you how to cook them later. Alright, I'm ready to cook these. So how I do it, simpler than probably a lot of people. A lot of people put lemons and a lot of butter in them and slit them and all that. I put just a little bit of butter and some lemon, pepper, salt, or you can put anything you want. Just a little bit of butter in them and whatever makes your fancy. And what I do, maybe different, is I glaze them with a little bit of olive oil. And that's always worked better for me. It keeps the skin from drying up when you bake them, because I always bake them. Now these I tried to fillet. These are too little to fillet. There's a way you can fillet trout by sticking the knife underneath these rib bones and just kind of pulling it up toward the 45-degree angle, and you can actually lift the bones off there. But these are just too little to do that, and I'm not a professional at doing that. I always eat my trout pretty much whole like this and just pick off the meat. You lose a little when you do that. But just put her in the oven and see what comes out. Alright, let's finish this up so I can eat these babies. Okay, so I had them in there about 400 for about 20 minutes or so, probably a little longer. You see how they shriveled up. That's one reason why I put the oil on them. You don't want to put them in there too long. So I've seen some people bake them as much as an hour. That's way too long. These are like a salmon, so you don't want to do that. Let's grab one of the big boys out of here. Just down in there. Right there. Take a look at this. See how kind of just pull out like this, and one of the reasons why I really don't like to fillet them is because, you know, if you're really careful, you can actually pull the bone out like that. Well, this one's a little messy there, but you can pull most of it out, and you can just take the skin and roll it off. You know, just roll the skin off with the meat in between there. You can actually pull the rib cage out. Here, to me, is a little easier doing it that way than trying to fillet it like this, which is okay. I mean, you're gonna have less bones, but you know, you can do it either way. Really cool. So there we are. When you come in here, try to eat these guys, you just have to pull in here a little bit at a time. Just pull it out. You'll have little bones in there. Just have to pull a little bit off time. Man, that is delicious. Can't buy this at the store. You gotta go catch them. And good deal.